Welcome back. Hope by now you have finished the exercises and completely understood the concepts of while loop. Now let's move to do while loop. Do while loop is slightly different from while loop in its operation. We will see how it works in this lecture. Do while loop has following syntax: keyword do, opening curly bracket, single statement or multiple statements, closing curly bracket, keyword while, opening round bracket, Boolean expression, closing round bracket followed by a semicolon. Don't forget to use a semicolon to end a do while loop. Or if there is only one statement to be executed inside loop, then you can omit curly brackets. But it is not a recommended practice. As seen with the while loop, Boolean expression in do while loop represents either of the following. Any expression whose result is either true or false, such as age is greater than 20, or a Boolean variable such as flag, or a Boolean literal true or false. Do you guys remember? Literal false was not allowed in the while loop because of unreachable code error, but it is allowed in the Boolean expression of do while. We will check the reason later. The Boolean expression in do while loop can represent a Boolean assignment as well, such as flag equals to true. What happens when Java runtime encounters a do while block? The control goes inside the block and starts executing all these statements from top to bottom. After executing the final statement, control goes to check the Boolean expression. If Boolean expression evaluates to false, control goes outside the do while block. But if Boolean expression evaluates to true, control executes all the looping statements one more time. And this goes on until Boolean expression evaluates to false. The do while loop differs from while loop in two scenarios. First one, the statements inside a do while loop are executed at least once, because do while loop evaluates the Boolean expression after executing the loop statements, whereas while loop evaluates the Boolean expression before executing the looping statements. Second difference is based on the first difference only. Literal false is allowed in the Boolean expression of do while loop, but it is not allowed in the Boolean expression of while loop, as statements inside the do while loop are executed at least once. Hence, there is no unreachable code in this case. Let us see some examples of do while loop. Right click on the default package, new, class, type _0 for example in the name field. Click on the checkbox next to public static void main. Click on finish button. You have a class with main method in it. To remove to do statement, press Ctrl D. Let us try the same example of printing hello 10 times onto the console. Create an int variable ctr, initialize it to 0. Type do, opening curly bracket, press enter. Eclipse IDE provides closing curly bracket. Type sysout, press Ctrl space, and then type hello within double quotes. Increment the ctr variable by 1. After the closing curly bracket, type while, opening round bracket. Eclipse IDE provides closing round bracket. Provide the Boolean expression now. Let us first write the logic to print hello twice. What do you think? What should be the Boolean expression over here? Will ctr less than 2 work? Or do we need ctr is less than equals to 2? Let us check with ctr less than 2. But there is some compilation error. What did we miss? Let us find out. Move the mouse pointer to this red cross. Error is semicolon is missing. As per the syntax, do while block must end with a semicolon. Provide the semicolon and the error is gone. Save the file. Let us find out what will happen at runtime on executing this program. We have a ctr variable of int type which is initialized to 0. When Java runtime encounters a do while block, it enters the block and starts executing all the statements from top to bottom. First statement in this case is system.out.println. This prints hello to the console. First iteration prints hello without checking the Boolean expression. Let us mark as this 0th check, because we have not yet checked the Boolean expression and hello was already printed. CTR is incremented by 1. Change it in the memory. CTR becomes 1. After executing the last statement, control goes to check the Boolean expression, and this is the first check. Is CTR less than 2? The value of CTR is 1. So is 1 less than 2? Which is true. Control enters the do while block. It executes system.out.println statement, which prints hello to the console. CTR is incremented by 1, CTR becomes 2, and then control goes to check the Boolean expression again. Second time check is CTR is less than 2, which is 2 less than 2, which is false. Boolean expression is false. Control goes out of the do while block. Our logic prints hello twice. Let us verify it. Save the file if it is already not saved. Run the program and it prints hello twice. To print hello 10 times, change the condition from 2 to 10. Save the file. Run the program. Hello is printed 10 times. So you can print hello any number of times by just changing this condition. Now can you reduce a line of code from this logic? Pause this video here, try and come back. Let's see, we had already solved similar problem in while loop. We can remove the increment statement from here and include the increment logic in Boolean expression. This is a working example, and in this CTR is incremented by 1 before the Boolean expression is checked. That means increment should happen before check, and hence pre-increment will work over here. Remove this line, press Ctrl D, add pre-increment operator in Boolean expression, save the file, run it, and hello is printed 10 times as expected. In this case, I was 100% sure about my logic, so there was no need to draw and check what happens at runtime. Lots of practice will definitely improve your logic, so my advice is not to skip the exercises and quizzes given in this course. Let us use Boolean literal true in the Boolean expression. Save the file. You can remove this variable as well, as we are not using it in the logic. Save the file. So what's the output in this case? Boolean expression is always true, hence this is an infinite loop. Let's run to verify it. Program runs in infinite loop, terminate it. Now what if I use false? Save it. What should be the output in this case? When Java runtime encounters a do while block, it enters the block and starts executing all these statements from top to bottom. In this case, there is only one statement, and this prints hello onto the console. After executing this statement, control goes to check the Boolean expression, which is false in this case. Hence, control goes out of the do while block. Hello is printed only once. Let us verify the output. Run it. Hello is printed one time only. As do while block, execute the statement at least once, so you don't get any unreachable code error in this case. But had it been while block, you would have got the error. Let's change it to while loop. Delete the semicolon, cut the while statement, replace do with while statement, save the file, and we get unreachable code compilation error. So now that you have learned while and do while loop, you must be thinking which one to use when. Right now we are learning Java concepts, but later on I will cover scenario based questions to help you understand which loop is best in which scenario. Literals, variables, primitive data types, operators, and control statements are the main components of Java, and these will be used extensively throughout this course. That's it for now. If you haven't yet solved previous exercises, then go ahead and try. You can post your doubts in discussion forum and I will get back to you. Happy coding! I will see you in the next lecture.